So now we're going to take the sum and difference formulas and write these expressions as a single expression. And then if we can evaluate the unit circle at the end, we're going to do so. So this first one is the sum formula for sine. So that means we can write it as sine of 2t plus t. And that equals sine of 3t. Since 3t is not a value in the unit circle, we cannot simplify that. Number 10 is the difference formula for tangent. You know it's a difference formula from this sign up top on the numerator. So our alpha and our beta values are x over 2 and x over 3. So we're going to say that this equals tangent of x divided by 2 minus x divided by 3. And we can simplify that with common denominators. It gives us 3x over 6 minus 2x over 6, which simplifies into tangent of x over 6. Number 11 is the sum formula for sine. So we have this being equal to our alpha value, which is 5 pi over 12, plus our beta, which is pi over 12. Since they have common denominators, we can add them right now and get 6 pi over 12, which we know simplifies into sine over pi over 2, which we can evaluate from the unit circle, and sine of pi over 2 is 1. Number 12 is the difference formula for sine. So we have sine of 70 degrees minus 40 degrees, which is going to be sine of 30 degrees, which we can evaluate on the unit circle and get 1/2. And our last example is now the sum formula for tangent. So we have tangent of 15 degrees plus 30 degrees, which is tangent of 45 degrees, which we can evaluate on the unit circle as 1. Okay, so now we're going to use the sum and difference formulas in the coordinate plane. So we're given tangent, our tangent of alpha equals 1/3 and tangent of beta equals 1/2. So find the sum formula. So since the sum formula states tangent of alpha plus tangent of beta over 1 minus tangent of alpha times tangent of beta, then we just plug in and substitute our values. So we have 1/3 plus 1/2 over 1 minus 1/3 times 1/2. So with common denominators, we have 2 over 6 now, and then we have 3 over 6. So that adds to give us 5 over 6 divided by. So this is going to turn into 1 minus 1 over 6. And common denominators make this 1 6 over 6. So we have 5 divided by 6 divided by 5 divided by 6, which equals 1. Okay, so now we're going to go back to finding our reference angle in all 4 quadrants and apply the sum and difference formulas. So cosine of theta is negative 15 over 7. So that means, and it's with the terminal side in quadrant 2. So that means that we have negative 15 over 17. And after we do the Pythagorean theorem, we get 8 over here. So we can find sine of alpha, which equals 8 over 17, cosine of alpha, which is negative 15 over 17, and then tangent of alpha equals negative 8 over 17. We're going to do that again with our tangent values. So it says it's the terminal side is in quadrant 3. And since its tangent is opposite over adjacent, we have 7 and 24. But we know to be in quadrant 3, these both have to be negative, which agree with our tangent value because tangent is negative 7 divided by negative 24, which is a positive value. After the Pythagorean theorem, we know that the hypotenuse is 25. So sine of beta, opposite over adjacent, equals negative 7 over 25. Cosine of beta equals negative 24 over 25. And tangent of beta equals 7 over 24. So now we figured out all of our sine, cosine, and tangent values, and we're just going to apply them in the sum and difference formulas. So the sum of sines, so this is going to give us 8 divided by 17 times negative 24 over 25 plus negative 15 over 17 times negative 7 over 25. The numerator is going to be negative 192 plus 105, all divided by 425. And this simplifies into negative 87 over 425. Now we're going to do the sum formula for cosine. So we're going to start with negative 15 over 17 times negative 24 over 25 minus 8 over 17 times negative 7 over 25. So all these values I'm getting from the above when we figured out all the sine, cosine, and tangent values for alpha and beta. So you're just substituting it in based on the values we found above. So our numerator is going to reduce to 360 plus 56 all over 425, which equals 416 over 425. And our last one is going to be the sum formula for tangent. So we have negative 8 over 15 plus 7 over 24 all over 1 minus negative 8 over 15 times 7 over 24. And when I simplify the numerator, I get negative 87 over 360 divided by 416 over 360. So our denominators are going to simplify, and we have negative 87 over 416. Something also to point out is that this is tangent, so this is also sine, the sum formula for sine divided by the cosine sum formula. So we have those values above, and since tangent is sine over cosine, this also follows that relationship as well. Okay, so now we have cosecant equals 3 halves in quadrant 2. So we know we're in quadrant 2. And cosecant is sine, so that is 1 over sine, so that means sine equals 2/3, which I can use in my triangle. And after the Pythagorean theorem, we get root 5. And then it's going to be a negative value. So that means cosine equals negative root 5 over 3. And our tangent equals negative 2 over root 5, which we simplify into negative 2 root 5 over 5. So cosine is negative 1/3 in quadrant 3. So we have negative 1 and 3. And after we do the Pythagorean's theorem, we get this side to be negative 2 times root 2. So that means we have a sine value. I should have added in alphas over there. I'll do that in a second. So sine of beta equals negative 2 root 2 over 3. Cosine of beta equals negative 1/3, which we know. And then tangent of beta is going to equal 2 root 2. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to fix this real quick. For the sake of the next part, I want to add in sine of alpha, cosine of alpha, and tangent of alpha. Okay, so now we're going to do the difference formulas for cosine, sine. So cosine of alpha is going to be negative root 5 over 3 times negative 1/3 plus 2/3 times negative 2 root 2 over 3. And this simplifies to negative root 5 minus 4 root 2 all over 9. And our last problem is going to be the difference formula for sine. So this is equals to 2/3 times negative 1/3 minus negative root 5 over 3 times negative 2 root 2 over 3. And this simplifies into negative 2 minus 2 root 10 all over 9.